Hey, welcome to the Paige family homestead. We're in the kitchen again. Soon we're going to be nothing but outside. You'll be sick of it. We had a knock at the door yesterday, and I go to the door and there's my neighbor. Just hands full of these beautiful wild leeks, aka RAMPS. I haven't had these in years. I mean years. I didn't even know where to find them anymore. Let's go inside and take care of them so we can enjoy them throughout the year. I definitely thanked my neighbor, but not enough. I'll have to bring over some Paige Family Homestead eggs. She gifted me all these ramps, right? Like I've already done a few of them. I've given them a quick wash in the sink to get most of the mud off. They were relatively clean to begin with. And I will do a final scrub on, if I see any dirt, any more dirt, I will take them aside and give them a scrub. So what I'm going to do is it's like those spring onions. It's a wild leek. It has a very pungent garlicky onion smell and flavor. This bulb right here has the strongest flavor, and then it dissipates throughout the stem and leaf. So what I want to do, what I'm trying to do here, is I'm going to gather up all the bulbs. Sorry, that's Auntie. So anyway, I know I explained the bulb through the stem and the leaf. My goal is to be able to dehydrate. I'm going to slice them in half lengthways, the bulb, and I'm going to dehydrate them. I want to dehydrate the stem and the leaf as well. I'm going to be turning this section of this into a powder so that I can sprinkle it and use it and have beautiful ramp flavoring in salads or soups or toppings, right? So I can benefit the best flavors. You can pickle the bulbs. That's how I've had them years and years back. I've never made them. I've never had this to do it with. I could plant these and then you leave them for a year or two, let them, stabilize. And I think what I'm going to do is go get some and do it the proper way with the dirt around the roots so that the root bed is not disturbed, and set them behind the chicken coop. They love shade, wet areas, and well, that's shady and it's wet. So we're going to do that. We're going to just dehydrate these and enjoy them and not worry about replanting. When you do find a patch, you'll find them in the hardwood sections of the forest and in the moist ground. Not wet, but they like moisture. When you do find them, they do look like a lily of the valley, right? Be very careful. Make sure you know what you're foraging, because lily of the valley is very poisonous, toxic, right? When you find these, don't strip them. Don't strip the patch. If you know for a fact it's a patch that nobody else has access to, take, I don't know, maybe a third and leave it. Let them stay, let them grow. They're actually becoming very rare now. People who have patches and easy access to them wouldn't understand, but they become quite popular in the culinary art world, and when they take them, they're taking to please the chef. They're not thinking about what they're taking from the patch. Not saying all of them are irresponsible, please. I don't want no hate mail. A majority of them are, truth be told, right? Make sure you forage just a small percentage of them and give them time to grow. The seeds can take, my neighbor who gave these to me gave me this cheat sheet of information. The variety is Tricoccum, Tricoccum, broader leaves, reddish at base, up to 50 flowers per cluster. Plant in the shade. They're very early spring. They only have like a 3-week harvest time. 4 if you're lucky, but I'm hearing 3 quite often. Once the leaves are present, you can harvest the leaves. Leave the bulb, they're suggesting, leave the bulb about this much in the ground. Seeds take 8 to 16 months to germinate. So you're starting to understand why it's, you know, leave them in the ground if you can. Let's see, at 7 to 15 years to start splitting, before you can split the bed. So these are a delicacy. So that's why I want to dehydrate, to get the most out of it so I can use it the longest, right? There's other ways that are just as nice to preserve, but to me, to get the most out of these and for the longest amount of time and keeping their nutrition, I'm going to dehydrate. Now, also found out in researching, it is illegal for 3 places that I know of to forage these and harvest them in any way. And that would be one of them here in Canada. It would be Ottawa. It's illegal. So if you didn't know that, just pretend you didn't hear me say that. And in Tennessee, Deb Layton, you can't do these if you're in Tennessee. You can't pick them or harvest them or anything. And one other place, Miss Angie from Angie's Life and More Reloaded, North Carolina. It is illegal to forage these. Isn't that crazy? So pretend you didn't hear it. And be responsible when you harvest. But you know what, truth be told, maybe it's because they're so scarce, they want them to have time to, yeah, don't harvest them. So I'm just cutting off the nib of the root. Just the nib. And I'm keeping the bulb about 1 inch up. And putting the leaves over here. They're going to be dehydrated as well. Again, just the nip. About 1 inch up. This one needs to be lightly washed again. And the leaves separate. So I'm going to go about my time doing this. I'll get the dirt off the ones that I saw the dirt on. I'm just going to wash them all. Dry them off. And I'll be back for the different chops, I guess, that I'm going to be using. I'm so excited about these guys. I wish you could smell this. You know, a smell-o-vision thing, but it's not make my eyes cry and make my face hurt onion scent or feel. And there's definite garlic flavors I can smell in there. I'm really excited about these. My neighbors are the best neighbors in the world. What can I say? What can I say? So, I'll carry on. Bring you back. So here we have it. These are the bulbs. Oh man. Oh, they're strong, but they're so... they're not overpowering. This is our waste. I would have liked to have replanted them, but when I do it, I want to make sure that they have the best success. I'm going to get some with the dirt still attached around the roots. I'm going to do it right. And then I'm going to leave them alone for a few years. And here are the stems and leaves. Oh my, oh, they're beautiful. They're so nice. I'm so excited about these. So I'm going to take them in for, as you could see, there was still some dirt. I'm going to take them over to the sink area, give each of them a nice little scrub, dry them as best I can, and bring it back with a clean cutting board. Yeah, a clean one. So I only found 3 or 4 these that needed scrubbing a little bit, like a light scrubbing. They're relatively clean. I'm going to do these first, the bulbs. Now I want to cut these in half if I can. And look what a great job I did. That sucks. My first one. And I'm just going to set them here. Can you see it? Maybe down here on the tray. Like so. And we will be using the Cabela 24 tray dehydrator today. I was going to do it in my air fryer, but I think we're going to have too much to do because the air fryer is more limited for small. And maybe if I do half and half, the stem's arching it a little bit. I shouldn't be so persnickety, but I'm just so happy to have these. You have no idea how happy I am. I'm hoping I can get some more. If I can get some more, I'll be saving them a different way, because I don't like to put all my good stuff in the same fashion, put it up the same fashion. I like a variety. Look at that. These are going to be so nice to have, guys. The flavors. Oh. And pickled. Oh, they're so good. These guys pickled. If I can get more, I'm doing it. If I can get enough to get even 2 pints, I'll do it. But this would only do 1. I'm not going to. And a skimpy one at that. Here we go. Now, this is a vegetable, or is it a herb? So I'm going to treat it like I would when I do my leeks. And I'm going to do my vegetable at 125. However, I don't want to do maybe the leaf section. Well, I do my spinach at 125. You know what? If I can get it to 115, I don't think mine does 5s. Oh wait, that's the air fryer. If I can get it to do 115, I think I'm going to be happy at 115, guys. Her herb would be 25, but it's not a herb. It is a vegetable. And did you know that back in the oldie days, like first settlers, they used these as like medicinally for the vitamins and minerals. They haven't had vegetables mainly all winter, some of them. These were the first sign of spring vegetable for them, and the native Indians as well, they really utilized these. They relied on them heavily to start their spring and summer nutrition from a harsh winter. They're native from Canada, all over Canada, out to Georgia. I thought that odd when I read it, the description, but that's what I read. And having seen that it is illegal in 3 different places, yeah, you know, maybe they're struggling there right now and they need people to just leave them alone so that they can come back. I mean, you've seen how long it takes for the seeds to germinate in the wild, right? I've definitely got to get more. Okay, so I'm going to fill this tray. It is time consuming, but if you're a foodie and you like to get the best nutrition and value out of your goods, your foods, who cares about the time? It's all made with love for later. So I've got all the bulbs from the ramps sliced in half. As I got doing it, I discovered it's easier to take the fat end of the ramp bulb, make your score in it, and carry your knife through right to the end. It splits through the natural vein of the bulb. So that made it a little easier, but don't they look beautiful, guys? I can't wait. These are going to dehydrate. I'm going to be able to rehydrate them. Apparently they rehydrate very well. The bulbs do. Now, people have been saying that have dehydrated the leaf, that it doesn't rehydrate well in its full form. I don't need it for its full form. Their biggest complaint was that it gets crumbly. Yes, that's what I want. I think I'm going to enjoy these more as a powder. That's my goal, is a powder. So I don't know. I just guess I'm just going to try and help it along a little bit and give it a rough cut. Some of them I'm going to do full. I'm curious to see what they come out like, right? And the tubular veins, well, the thicker ones I think I'm going to score open a little bit like the bulb, just because I know from doing stems on other vegetables and herbs that kind of helps it along, especially if the intent is in fact going to be powder. Who cares what it looks like at this stage, right? I mean, really. So just lay them flat, give them air to circulate with the machine. Don't let them lay on top of each other, right? Common sense. So let's see. Let's try this different. Since I'm going to be dividing the stem anyway, let's do that first. I think that's going to be the best way if I'm wanting these to dehydrate nicely for a powder, is to score them. You would not believe the aroma. I'm blown over by it. It's strong, but it's not offensive. It's really not. So as I'm smelling it, I'm getting wafts of, is this onion? Is it garlic? Is it leek? Because I'm smelling all three. No wonder the culinary masters covet these so strongly. I thought I'd do. This is my air fryer, guys, and I do have a dehydration, oops, there it is, setting here. I chose, even though it's a vegetable, instead of 125, it's a wild edible. I want to keep it as true to form as possible. I'm doing it for 110 degrees Fahrenheit, guys. So I had enough stem. I figure the stem's going to take the longest. So let's do it in this small unit at 110 degrees. And it has less fluctuation. It tends to go quicker. Now, here's the exciting stuff. Over here, let's go. Here is our, whoops, Cabela, the door. I had to move the air fryer from where I usually keep it because it needs its own electrical outlet, so I didn't want to run the air fryer and this. This one is the industrial size. So we've got in here, let me put it on here so we can see. We've got one tray of the bulbs cut in half lengthways, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trays of the leaf. Like, oh my goodness, I so can't wait. I love this stuff, I really do. So I want to do this also at 110 degrees, and I'm going to set this for the same time I set the other. And I will check it periodically to see how it's doing. I've never done these before. I'll check it at 2 hours. Yeah. It's not going to be done. But I just want to see at what stage it's at. Because, you know, I've never done them before. I'm so excited about those bulbs. And making a powder. It's tomorrow. I've taken them out when they were done and just set them aside. Not stacked. Let them cool, let them, you know, get adjusted to the temperature. It's a rainy day, so really overcast and rainy. And that sometimes will allow them to reabsorb, and then conditioning, right? If needed, I'll put them back in there. They've been out for about 3 hours, I guess. These came out really quickly. The stems, I figured they'd be the longest in the dehydrator, one that wasn't, you know, full capacity. So I did them in the air fryer, remember, on the dehydrator setting. It was 2 hours, and they're done. Like, they're beautifully crisp, fragrant. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to save these and grind them into a powder as needed, trying to keep that aroma as fresh as I can. Might even just throw them little bits. No, I'm not going to. I'm gonna grind these. How? In my coffee grinder. My little $5 or $10 coffee grinder that we got for secondhand at the Bibles for Missions store how many years ago? And touch wood, it's still with us today. It's my favorite. It's a Braun. Anything will do. These came out, okay, these took 6 hours, the leaves, And these, actually, I might put some back in. Let me see. Oh, I don't know. Maybe. I'll be watching them because, like I said, it's very moist, very humid, the wet from the rain. These were done in 8 hours, and they are absolutely finished. I snuck one earlier and sampled it, and just, I needed to know, are they good? Like, oh, Andy, you got to try that piece, honey. Oh, did you hear the crunch when I leaned in on it? They're done. Yeah. So these, I'm going to keep these whole. I'll see if I can fit them. And I got this jar out. It's an old honey jar. Honey from Ontario, a farm just up the way. Well, actually, no, this isn't. This is from Kingston. But it was buckwheat honey. Oh, I love buckwheat honey. So anyway, the jar's been washed and cleaned and repurposed. I'm going to put all the bulbs in here, label them, and what did you think? Did you taste? Did you eat it?
I took a bite of it.
What do you taste? What's the...
Oh, it's like a mild onion.
See, and I as I chewed it, I tasted onion. I could actually taste leek.
Yeah.
More than onion.
Yeah.
And then the garlic hit. Then there was a definite slam of garlic. Mm-hmm. Do you get that? Mm-hmm. Because now you put the whole thing in.
Yep.
I like them.
They're good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'd love to get twice as many of these, and I just want to pickle some. I've had the pickled bulbs so long ago, I don't even remember who made them. And they're amazing. They're just amazing. So I'm going to, you don't need to see me doing all that. You get an idea. And aren't they pretty in the jar? And we're going to get to enjoy these. Mm-hmm. And they rehydrate well, guys. Really well. Just put them in a little bowl with some hot water. Leave them there. They come back. I'm just trying to think what I want to make.
Oh yeah, you can taste the garlic in it.
Yeah, but it's not.
Comes out.
But it is.
No, I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's just, I can see why the culinary experts are stripping the lands of them. You know, it is a delicacy, and they are becoming rare, guys. And those of you who have it in abundance are thinking, no, they're not. We got some. It's not like that everywhere. So you get the idea. I'm gonna sit here and just toss these down. I am undecided. When I was crinkling them, I am undecided as to whether I'm just going to save these kind of biggish and just put them in a soup, like when I make oma soup, the way I use lovage. This would be awesome. Yep. Like that. The flavor's so distinct. I might do that. I might not make powders with this. Just the stems. The stems are going to be a beautiful powder. So, there we have it. This video is part of a playlist that we host on our channel. I think there's close to 40 channels that have entries in the playlist so far. It is open. It's hashtag Let's Dehydrate. Let me know by email, by messenger, by message or comment, or let me know. Because it's just right now with the gardens and stuff, I don't have a lot of time to search, but I want your videos in the playlist. Mention to everybody that it's Let's Dehydrate, that it's an open collaboration, and give them the link to the playlist. I can send that to you if you don't know how. Even if it's something someone's done, it could be something you're doing that the viewer is relating to more, and what a nice way to make new friends. So if you're interested, just let me know and put it out there. I mean, dehydrating is an amazing way to preserve our foods and keep its nutritional value. And keep those special items for later, right? So there we have it. We have our ramps, and I'm hoping to get more planted behind the chicken yard where it's really damp, dark, not dark, shady.
Shaded.
Yeah, but nice damp soil, and they love that, guys. So, and they don't want full sun. So I'm gonna go get a couple clumps of those, hopefully, touching a lot of wood. Thanks for watching. Do check out the hashtag Let's Dehydrate playlist and just scroll through all the videos and check out all the content. It's amazing. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. We're going to for a long time. See us next video.